Yo, Capricorn, what's up? I'm Zach from Pink Flower Tarot, and I'm here to read your cards. Today, Capricorn, we're going to be looking at your month ahead for March 2021. We're going to see what's coming towards you, any wisdom, advice, guidance, or messages you may need from Spirit. Capricorn, just remember these are general messages, so they may not resonate with you, but if it does, just take what serves you and leave the rest for someone else who may need the advice. Also, if you want tarot content from me sooner than just YouTube, I post daily reads every single day on my Instagram page. So if you're in that kind of thing, you can find that in the description box below. Okay, Capricorn, so let's just jump right into the reading. I pre-shuffled all the cards ahead of time today just to make this video a little bit faster for you to watch. And first things first, I'm going to pull one card from the White Witch Tarot just to kind of see like what is the overall message you need to know for the month of March. What are all these cards trying to tell you? So this is for Capricorn, please, Spirit. What is the overall message for Capricorn for March 2021, please, Spirit? Ooh, we have the World, and we have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. All right, so the World. This is the last major card in the deck. The World is like an amazing card. You know, it's all about kind of like major cycles closing out in your life. You know, it's like looking back on what you've accomplished. It's a card of celebration. It's a card of like getting to enjoy things. You know, it can even represent just like working really hard and kind of getting into a period of being able to relax as well. And then bottom of the deck with the Hierophant, another major card of Taurus. It's Earth and energy, has to do with your career, finances, your physical health. You know, the Hierophant is all about being committed. You know, really committing yourself to something. You know, your job, it could be anything, but that's really has to strongly do with commitment. You know, it also has to do with like really having the knowledge you need to accomplish something, and really also practicing your spirituality as well. So there's a sense I kind of get with these two cards. I don't know. It seems to me like it's like things are working out in your favor. It's like, you know, I feel like you're strongly on the right path right now with the World. You know, your hard work is really paying off, and it's like a reason to celebrate. And it's kind of like good things are happening for you right now, and it's only kind of like strengthening your commitment, I feel. That's kind of like what I'm getting with these two cards, but let's pull some more and see kind of like what we get for March. Okay, so what does Capricorn need to know for March, please, Spirit? What does Capricorn need to know for March, please, Spirit? What does Capricorn need to know for March, please, Spirit? One more. There we go. Ooh, okay, this is good. Okay, so Capricorn. So in this spread, the first card is the overall energy for the month of March. So we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. Again, this is Earth energy, so your career, your finances, your physical health. You know, the Five of Pentacles, it's all about feeling left out in the cold. You know, it's all about feeling abandoned, feeling like you have no one to turn to. It's also the card of Taurus, the Hierophant kind of popping in your reading, so you definitely could be dealing with a Taurus this month, or you have Taurus in your chart as well. But again, this is your own energy, something you're used to. The Five of Pentacles when it's reversed is very much so like you're kind of creating this feeling yourself. Like you are not actually alone. Even if you do feel alone, you're really, really not. Especially reverse. It's like you're more so creating this in your head now at this point. You're kind of making up a own scenario. So as the overall energy for the month of March, though, I get the sense of like you moving away from this. You know, I think it's kind of like you're really trying to break free of feeling alone or feeling like you have nowhere to turn or kind of feeling this kind of stuck in the same place. So I get just a strong sense of really breaking free from that, which is really nice to see. You're definitely moving away from this energy. This next card is what's in your mind for the month of March. We have the Eight of Swords. This is air sign energy, you know, it's to do with your mind and the way you think. You know, Eight of Swords is all about feeling trapped, you know, all about feeling bound. It's a great card because to me, it's always like the message is like, you know, you're actually not. If this woman, she's actually really loosely tied, all she has to do is kind of like free yourself, take off the blindfold and realize she can walk away from the scenario. So again, it's a very much similar energy with the Five of Pentacles reversed. Is like you're kind of like in your head about something, you know, you're feeling like you have nowhere to turn. But you are really creating this feeling in your mind. Like, I think truly you have, you definitely have places to turn if you really, really look. So again, there's just definitely this sense of feeling trapped and feeling stuck. And that's kind of like what's, I think, the hump or the hurdle you have to get over for the month of March. This next card is what's influencing you for the month of March. We have the Page of Swords. Great card. You know, pages are all about starting to put in the work towards something. You know, it's like you're not a knight yet, you're not a king or a queen. You're just slowly starting to put in the work towards something. Pages are also like a younger energy. They can also represent messages coming towards you. So the Page of Swords too can represent like having a contract coming towards you, like emails, paperwork, that kind of thing. But again, so I feel like you're kind of, you're trying to break free of this feeling of feeling bound, feeling stuck, feeling trapped to something. And it's kind of like what's influencing you is just like really starting to put in the work towards moving away from that. Just like the first kind of steps. It's like just, I don't know, baby steps is like kind of what I hear in my head, which is kind of weird. But yeah, you're just kind of like putting the baby steps to move away from this feeling of like being alone and this feeling trapped in your own head. And again, so kind of like as we're pulling more of these cards, the same thing with the world. I feel like, yeah, you're kind of closing out a major cycle. You're moving away from any kind of old energy as well. That's holding you back. And I think by doing that too, it's only helping you commit to a brand new path. It's kind of like revitalize, I can't even think of the proper word, you know what I mean? But it's just like, you're moving away from old energy, old cycles, and moving towards something new where you're feeling refreshed and you want to really commit to something new, which is really beautiful, I think. And again, I think with the world as well popping up as the first card in the reading, like, yeah, you're closing a major cycle. There's probably lots of bad and also lots of good. I think the message here is just kind of like to take the good from this past cycle and use it to help you kind of like forge this new path. It's like using your past experiences, the past knowledge you've gained to become more successful. In your recent past, with the King of Pentacles reversed. Again, so your own energy, again, is Earth sign energy. King is somebody who's already done the work, who's already accomplished something. The King of Pentacles to me is someone who's very grounded, very stable, very dependable, enjoys the finer things in life. I like that he's eating a cake and like drinking a wine. But it coming up reversed to me is just definitely a sense in your recent past not feeling like yourself. Maybe feeling like your hard work isn't paying off because you know what? Like again, I feel like you're closing out a cycle here. I think you've worked very hard, Capricorn. You're a hardworking sign. And it's kind of like, I think like you're not feeling like a king, not feeling, you've done all this work. You're not feeling balanced, not feeling grounded. So that's the thing, it's the sense of like feeling alone and trapped and you're trying to break free from that. So yeah, something in your recent past is just like it's not feeling good. It's just the most simple way to put it. But again, it being a king in your recent past, I feel like, you've actually done a lot of hard work. You're actually in a much better place than you realize. And I think part of that is realizing, your own self-worth. Your goal for the month of March with the Three of Wands reversed. This is fire sign energy, so with your passion, the things that really drive you, creativity. The Three of Wands is all about kind of taking your next step in the journey, It's kind of like, the two is like a card of planning, and then the three is like actually like taking the next step, like kind of this cliff looking down below you and about to kind of like venture down there. And when it's reversed, it's very much so just a card of like having delays, like there's just like things that are kind of in your way that's kind of blocking you from taking this next step. So again, I think the goal for this month is just to break free of that, like to really get out of your head, stop feeling, stop feeling alone, feeling you have nowhere to turn. And I think the goal is just kind of like to really overcome any of those obstacles that are in your way. I think you can also know there's a sense of maybe like things aren't really working the way you want to, and it's causing this frustration and this kind of imbalance, this lack of stability, and you're really trying to like break free of that and trying to move away from these obstacles. So it's a great goal. In your near future, we have the Three of Pentacles. So we know from a three to another three. Three of Pentacles is one of your cards, Capricorn. So very much your own energy coming towards you in the near future. Three of Pentacles is also a great card. Three is a number of growth and creativity as well. And the Three of Pentacles is all about continuing to build something, continuing to work on something. Like this witch is like really practicing her magic, it seems like, and just kind of like putting in the work. So again, I think like, Three of Wands reverses is a goal, and your near future is the Three of Pentacles upright, your own energy. I feel like you're going to overcome these delays, even if it's like things that out of the physical world or what's in your mind, and really just get back to work and like building what you want to grow. Because the Three of Pentacles is also about trying to grow something that you want to stand the test of time. That is something more grand, like you really hope it's something that will be solid for a lot of years to come. And again, Three of Pentacles also is a card of like working with others, so there's a sense of like, don't do it alone, especially if you're feeling alone, like turn for help, like look for help to help you build this thing, whatever it is to you. How you're approaching the month of March, a great card with the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy. Queen of Wands to me, someone very passionate, super creative. I don't know, just has like a lot of energy, like very vibrant. I don't know what else to say. It's the card of Aries, also the card of Taurus, I should say as well, which is kind of funny. Actually, it's not the card of Taurus, but I don't know, because Taurus is like really jumping into my mind for some reason. You could definitely be dealing with Taurus. But anyways, how you're approaching the month of March with the Queen of Wands. I think it's from a really good place. Again, there is this sense of like you have put in a lot of work already. You actually be very experienced. And I think, again, you're approaching from an experienced place, being a queen. And I think you're approaching, like, I think there's a sense of, like, if you can really kind of focus on the positives of your past achievements, it'll help you kind of drive forward in the month of March. Like, you're definitely approaching the month from a very passionate place. Like, you really do want to move forward and really build something. So I think if you can kind of get out of your head and really kind of remind yourself why you're doing something and what makes you passionate, I think that'll help you kind of be successful in this month. But again, I think you're approaching from a really good place. Like, definitely being influenced by just starting to put the work towards something, but you're coming from it from a place of, strong experience and something that you're very passionate about, which is great. And again, a king and a queen kind of reversed as well. Definitely some kind of imbalance kind of going on. I think that's kind of causing some things, like causing you to be in your head as well. What's coming towards you externally in the world, Capricorn, for the month of March? We have the Three of Swords. We have 3 threes out in this reading, which is pretty interesting as well. So lots of growth, a lot of things changing for you, I think, in the month of March. 3 of Swords, is a card of heartbreak, pain, heartbreak, physical pain, air sign energy again. But when I pull 3 of Swords as well, even upright, yeah, there can be some kind of pain coming towards you, but I get a sense of like really you're trying to overcome that. So I think what's coming towards you is actually a card of like really healing, like healing from whatever these kind of blockages are. I think the opportunity to keep focusing on what you want to create, and trying to really free yourself of feeling bound and trapped. So yeah, I think the opportunity of healing is what's coming towards you. Like that's what it feels like in my mind. Again, 2 at the bottom of the deck with the 2 of Swords, 2 and a 3, and I feel like really it's just you kind of really making a decision this month as well, just kind of to go like what to kind of move forward with, because I think you're kind of like, again, I think there's new opportunities on the horizon, because the next card in your reading, we have your hopes and fears. The 7 of Cups, this is water sign energy, so with your emotions. 7 of Cups, 7 is a card of knowledge. 7 of Cups is about having a lot in front of you, lots of options, and it's kind of like not really knowing what to pick. And I like this card because there's a lot of like really positive cups, there's nothing really negative. So I think there's a sense of kind of like, I don't know, you're really trying to move forward, trying to free yourself of feeling kind of stagnant, feeling left out in the cold, trying to break free of these delays. With the world as well, I get a sense of you kind of closing out a chapter, closing a cycle, and trying to like really commit yourself to a new path at the same time. So I think there's just hopes. The fear here with the 7 of Cups then to me is like, you're not really sure what to do next. You're not really sure to like, what's your best option? What's the smartest option? It's like, I feel like you have a lot of choices in the month of March, and you kind of want to make sure you really pick the right one. But you're hopeful too. I think you're just hopeful either way that you pick the right cup, and that's going to lead you to like kind of like this lead you to the places you really want to go. That's the best way to put it. Because your outcome for the month of March with the Ace of Pentacles. So again, Earth and energy, your own energy. Aces, they're all about new opportunities. The world kind of being like, the first card they pull up the reading is about cycles closing, and the Aces are about brand new cycles. And, Ace of Pentacles is something that's like, you really want to go for, that you realize is like, it's a solid idea, that is stable, that's grounded, that can really grow into something that's like very financially like viable for you, that's really smart. Like this woman is kind of like leaving her house, like leaving home, and she has a shiny pentacle, and it's this sense of like, you can kind of make anything happen with this coin. So that's like the outcome here. I think it's like whatever you kind of like, I feel like you have the sense of options in your near future. I think you're gonna pick the one that seems most appealing to you. I think it's like definitely something that you really want to commit yourself to, and you're approaching from a place of experience. So I think it's like you're definitely moving away from feeling stuck and breaking these delays, because I think you're really making a smart decision in the month of March that will have healing and all these other things as well. And again, it's at the bottom of the deck with the 2 of Swords. And to me, it's like just having to really make a decision. I think it's like really having to pick one of these cups. And below it with the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands, both reversed. So again, of like, I don't know, it's just like you need to make a decision. And I think it's kind of like maybe you've been working so hard, and there's been so much kind of going on as well with the 8 of Wands, kind of being like overwhelmed with a lot of things coming towards you. There's a sense of maybe that's really clouding your decision, and it's like really exhausting you. Because you have the 9 of Wands reverse and then the 10 of Swords reverse. So again, it's just like, I think like, yeah, being thrown off, being like really working yourself to the ground. I think kind of like you just need to take a step back for a second, recharge, kind of reassess where you're at, and then really make a major decision with the Lovers for the long term. So it's kind of like recharge a little bit, I think, before you kind of choose your next decision. But you have lots of options coming towards you. Okay, Capricorn, let's get some advice for you. What is the advice for Capricorn, please, Spirit? Capricorn, thanks so much for watching this video. Hope it was okay. What's the advice for Capricorn, please, Spirit? Damn, 3 came out. Love it. Okay, so this is your advice, Capricorn, for the month of March. It's also kind of like your past, your present, and your future as well. So here in your past, we have your wishes are coming true. What your heart has been longing for is getting closer each day. And then below it, new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. So again, I think it's like whatever you really want, you know, whatever you kind of been wishing for, trying to manifest, that's definitely coming towards you, especially seeing the Ace of Pentacles, like new opportunities are on the horizon for you. And I think you're definitely spoiled for choice with the Seven of Cups. Then below it, new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. So for some of you, to me, this could be like, even if it's not, you know, for some of you, yeah, definitely be like, you could be dealing with a new person. A new person could be coming towards you, and you maybe see that as like a new beginning. That seems like a better relationship that's more stable. And for some of you, maybe it's just a new path that's kind of like, that's really pulling more at your heartstrings. That's like more, I don't know, it's like really kind of, you're more passionate about. Again, with the Queen of Wands kind of coming out. But again, it's also being a new moon. Again, so I feel like you're closing out an old cycle and moving into something new. And again, like the things you want are coming towards you. In your present, we have become the true you. Show the world who you really are and what you were born to do. And then below it, we have the full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. So again, I think the sense of like whatever this new direction you're heading in, I think it's more in line with what you want to do. It's more kind of in line with your true path. So become the true you is like just to like stay on this path and really stay committed to it, because it's gonna lead to good things. And then you're good enough. I think it's just another reminder of like you can accomplish it, especially if you're stuck in your head and feeling like you have nowhere to turn. Like remind yourself you're good enough to accomplish these things. It was also full moon in Virgo on Saturday, this past weekend. So kind of funny. I think the full moon that just passed, also being in your own energy, Earth's energy, was helping you kind of start to close out this other chapter and allow new things to come in as well. In your near future, we have new beginnings. Take this as an opportunity to rationally act as stronger and more determined. So again, like new things on the horizon. And I do get the sense of like, you know, taking your past experiences and the ones that really serve you and just taking those and allowing that kind of new knowledge to help you be more successful in this new path. Then below it, we have the waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. So again, like just another card, two cards of like your wishes coming true and really paying attention to your dreams and following your dreams. The bottom of the deck, we have shield yourself, invoke protection to bring this situation to a speedy end. So I get a sense really of yes, of like closing out these old cycles. Anything that's really kind of like not allowing you to grow and move forward. And then we have, it's time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. So that one's always kind of interesting to me. Yeah, I think like, I don't know, it's like in this new beginning, maybe just try coming from like a more generous approach. It's maybe, I don't know, it's like focus more on others and at yourself for whatever reason this time. I don't know, even though this is a new path for you and like trying to become the true you, there's a sense of like, yeah, like try the approach of giving first taking first. I don't know, I know it's kind of weird, kind of vague maybe, but for whatever reason, it seems like it just makes sense in my head. For whatever you're trying to accomplish, like try to give then take. Okay, all right, that was kind of weird. Capricorn, so last card I'm gonna pull, this is your love advice for the month of March. What is your love advice for Capricorn? Ooh, nope. What is the love advice for Capricorn, please, Spirit? Ooh. So we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And at the bottom of the deck, we have getting to know each other. So as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So, I mean, I like pulling this card, especially with seeing a new romantic cycle begins. For some of you Capricorns, definitely someone new is coming in for you in the month of March. I think this card just really says, yeah, keep an open mind. Like, maybe they're not your normal type, but if you kind of feel like a strong attraction to them or something is drawing you towards them, even though they're different, I think really kind of go for it and see where that takes you. And the bottom of the deck is just like getting to know each other. Just, yeah, like express yourselves to one another. Like, just be open. I think just come from a very open place and just kind of see where things go. And that's for some of you, like dealing with new people. If you're dealing with someone, you know, if someone, you've seen with them for a long time, definitely like, I think just like strengthen your bond in the month of March, you know, like just continue to get to know each other. You've even dating for a long time, like there's still things you can always learn about someone, I feel like. And again, I don't know, just like, yeah, keeping you an open mind about your love life in the month of March. But it seems pretty good. I feel like lots of new things coming towards you, Capricorn, for the month of March. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.